There we go. I got the right side. I promise I remember how to do this sometimes, chat. How we doing tonight? Can y'all hear me all right? Is the mix good? Audio too loud? Or music too loud? Mic not loud enough? I can do my best to adjust it. Yeah, so we got another Eagles Nest webcam locals tonight for Gundam. Let's see, I can also flip a camera here. Let's see, transform, flip on the horizontal. Nope, that's not what I needed. There you go. I think that's as natural as this is going to look for us tonight, for this table at least. Well, it's GD05, guys. Fresh format. Has to feel good, right? I know we just came off a Gen Con, so we had a chance to see what the first tournament really looks like for data. Large regional, we had what, like 3 bazillion people there. I think realistically it was like 400, but really solid number. But tonight's webcam local, we were hosting, I think it was 25 players, and we play until there's a single undefeated. So normally that's around 4 or 5 rounds tonight. It just really depends how down pairs do. But we open up with a level 1 airframe pitching kind-hearted. That means we're going to see Banshee control on our top player side here. Blue-red is pretty much the only color combination that you'll see run the super heavy commands. I call it like kind of a command slot because it's a pile at the end of the day. It's just what you felt like was most worth bringing into the format. And you kind of have the flexibility with all the red commands, and blue has like the sustain engine. I'm very quiet. Let me see. Microphone. Sounds quiet. Let me make sure I have the right thing on. Oh, I have a microphone down here. I'm a little slow when it comes to this stuff. So if I turn this up, how's it sound? I don't think it's speeding through right. Properties. HyperCloud, wireless microphone. I have the headphones, but it's not a headphone issue. It'd be a microphone setting. Device. Should be HyperCloud. Oh, I think that became really loud there. If that's really loud, I'm sorry for deafening you guys. It's just Eagle figuring things out, I promise. Okay, so fast forward a few turns here. There you go, perfect. Thanks for letting me know, G-Shadow, I appreciate it. So we progressed a few turns. We got mining asteroid base down. We had an improved technique blade, and I kind of missed if we killed anything, but I'm assuming something died from an improved technique. And the Mika and Barb's a little weird here. Yes, you have a link and you can attack immediately, but you're not able to get the damage and start drawing because you have nothing to damage on the opponent's side. You're typically not going to see a unit played until what, like level 5 roughly? Give me a moment. I have my cat at the door, just right there. He's going to start clawing up the carpet if I don't let him out. Hey, dude. You want to go? Yeah? Okay. That's Waffles. That is my cat, my tuxedo. He is not the smartest of all cats. Yeah, so back to the gameplay here. I don't think we've seen the second color from the Barbados player, but we definitely know it's blue-red command pile, command slop, whatever you prefer calling it, Banshee control. Hey, Van Kill, how we doing, man? Pulling up my Discord on my phone so I can see if there's any judge calls. Okay. Yeah, so it's a little hard when I'm streaming to like have my full judge set up here. I'm kind of running the whole show tonight. I'm stream, I'm judge, I'm TO,
And we're here for a good time, guys. But we're talking about what we're seeing at Gen Con. Lots of MF. Yeah, dude, it's been forever, man. I hope things are going well for you still. I haven't heard from you a whole lot. Life's just kind of like that, though. Moving up to Indianapolis, and then life just starts picking up, working a whole lot, man. Like, I've had a lot less time for TCGs as of lately. But with Gen Con, like, finally wrapping up, I played pretty much a week worth of cards. And now we're heading to new type challenge season for Gundam. And for everyone who knows, here in chat, new type challenge is the season to come out and play cards. Your pricing's just worth so much. It's really collectible. The cards are very relevant. It's like if you always had an A+, like, whatchamacallit, A+ meta relevance card, like, our worst new type series was probably the Lupus one, because we got Ryu Sego's. But Ryu Sego's not a bad card. It's very playable. It's just not nearly as cool as getting a pilot. Like, even if the pilot wasn't, like, a 10 out of 10 pilot, we would rather have a pilot, I think, than a unit. But this season, we get Unicorn and Banisher. And Banna is pretty good. Banna is pretty good. On-link draw card, cannot complain about that. And I'm getting a warning on stream. Oh, it was a microphone issue. Yeah, thanks, Streamlabs, for letting me know. My mic was not connected. That's why I was quiet, y'all. But I know on the Digimon side of things, we had a crazy amount of players top. I want to say top 16. I know we had the champion in the Digimon Regional, and I know we had at least 4 people get top 16 that regularly play every week here for Digimon. Now, Gundam, I don't think we had folks in top 16, but I know we definitely had folks in top 64. I just don't know everyone's Discord, or I guess Discord Limitless tags compared to their TCG Plus names. And we got our starter deck Barb. I believe this is 4th form, has suppression if we have damage on him and he attacks life. So we're going to use the Adept to finally be able to put damage on something on the red-blue player's side. Not being able to damage things because there's no unit on the other side's probably been a little annoying, but I don't think it's like the end of the world. Oh yeah, I keep like starting a conversation about Gen Con, but Gen Con, dude, MF was everywhere. Like legit, I think every top like 8 table in the finals, with the exception of table 1, was an MF matchup of some sort. Yeah, I believe this is like a pure full command build. They do have the K-Shot with Marita though. There's builds that don't even play K-Shot in them because they want to emphasize more commands, so they can start Banshee shuffling their trash quicker. Because like the whole idea is like you cycle through your whole deck with Kind-Hearted, with Healthy Curiosity, with your Show of Resolves, and your Airframe, so you have like 2-3 cards left in your deck. Force the Banshee loop to get the 12 cards you want for the matchup, and you just kind of rinse and repeat, because Banshee's not once per turn, but typically you're happy with one Banshee swing. And part of the 12 cards you do on the Banshee swing is resetting another Marita Banshee into deck. Like, you're just going to see it. But that's like the Gundam problem. Like, you have to get through like your full deck of 50 cards. But if you're like playing the pure command build, you are playing Financer. I've memed on it a whole lot locally, but Financer is in this deck if it's the full turbo command build, because it's the idea is like you have an infinite last life base. They can break a base, but you just play Financer for 3. It doesn't force you to take a life, and just keeps adding that shield every single time they swing. And yes, they will break it eventually, but you have ways to break it. The loop with like a Darkness Finger and Battle of Aces combo normally. And it looks like we bursted a pilot there. And we got another K-Shat coming down here. We have pretty good hand size right now. You're not really losing your hand in blue-red because you have lots of 1-for-1s or even 1-for-2s if you catch them at the right time. Like, your IT can sometimes get 2-for-1. Against MF, there's a world that they just do, was it like their level 3 link with the command? They play the command AP -2, they pair it, link it, they swing, and then you just say IT, boom, and you got rid of their 2 cards for 1. And then I believe all the Master Gundam and Shining Gundam links you get 2-for-2s because you spend like 1 or 2 on the Close Combat or Darkness Finger followed by Battle of Aces, and that gets the 5 damage you need. But playing against Purple something here, we're definitely emphasizing like, okay, if they damage themselves or we damage them, we'll just be online for having pretty efficient maths. Yeah, we haven't even really touched shields. And that's another thing that feels a little scary. Getting Suppression Barb is really good if you haven't been able to touch shields, but we see Zahart come down, which means we're milling 2, and when I see the mill 2, typically means, yep, there's the Lupus, but I think we also saw Strike Freedom there. Strike Freedom's a pretty solid card, because it helps you fill the trash with more Tekadon Teiwa's units, and while you're doing that, you'll fuel up the Lupus, so it really makes, like, it lets you double dip into using some card effects. That's how I see it. But it's really hard to get a good Lupus against this deck. Like, 2 Lupus procs gets rid of a naked K-Shat. You get the linked K-Shat also for another 2 procs, which means you have to have, was it like 12 in the deck? Oh, we got Sazabi coming down here. Sazabi, Char effect. We have the Axis? I don't think we do. But it looks like we're swinging on swing. We're going to use effect to pop our Exia. When we pop our Exia, we will mill 2. And just saying, hey, who chooses the unit? Probably, if I had to guess here. And as long as it's not the unit you're battling, you can destroy it. So if he swung into that K-Shat that was linked, he would be forced to destroy the other K-Shat. I think we might have missed the mill there.
Stack it. Judge.
The landmine.
Did we get the mill for the Exia?
Yes, we did.
Okay, I was making sure.
The mill was the Lupus and the Strike Freedom.
That was Zahart, I thought.
Sorry, pardon?
Was that Zahart milling or was that Exia milling?
Oh no, that would have been Zort, so I guess I did forget the Exia mill.
All good, all good.
My apologies.
No worries.
So I guess,
yeah.
Okay, we got chat. We got slightly out of order operations there, but we get the same result in the end. You're not going to change your close combat target because you saw 2 different cards milled in this instance. Yeah, like if there's a Lupus on board, you would probably care a little bit more. Hey, man, we don't have to worry about the 2/2 vanillas rushing us down, man. We can be a little bit greedier. It's a zombie, Strike Freedom, and Lupus. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, G-Shadow. There's a reason I pick some matchups I do. It's just fun seeing these greedier decks outvalue each other and see who's going to be winning in the end. But if we talk about macros of these 2 decks, I'm really concerned for like our blue-purple player here. I feel like it's going to be leaning towards our Banshee Control player side, assuming we get a Banshee Marita link at one point, just because we reshuffle our deck. Into the blue-red deck, yeah, it's because you get your top ends. and you just want to make sure your top-end's better than theirs. Tutu's my word, fam, from Toronto, and you come down to these more often. Yeah, not having as oppressive forms of aggro in format feels refreshing. I had my first new type last night for the new series, and I was really looking at like what my options were, and I was like, I really think Strike Freedom is the deck, or a white-red variant are the decks to play right now. But just from how limited my time was, I was like, I'm just going to take it easy. I'm having a good time. I'm going to go ahead and play whatchamacallit, the purple-green Char Mika deck. Like, it just looks fun. It's different. But for all 14 of y'all watching the stream tonight, I appreciate y'all hopping on for round one of this webcam local. Got 25 players, I believe it was, fighting out for first place tonight. First place getting access to a booster box at GD05 if they so choose and please. But Strike Freedom versus Strike Freedom. So if you're playing blue-white mirrors and Strike Freedom's your top-end, your whole game macro for that match in particular is seeing who plays more Strike Freedoms. Excuse me. Because the more you play, the more card economy and draws you get. And when you start getting more card draws and economy, you're typically going to be putting yourself ahead of the other player. It's not a guarantee, but you're typically in a good spot. Yep, and our Strike Freedom on the other side lives with 1 HP. Technically, both of them do live with 1 HP. They have the same stats, same pilots. But this is a perfect spot to have like an Adept or have a gun tank. No Anksha. Anksha's bans now. Is there a command we can use for one on blue-purple side that does damage? There might be something I can't think of, but I'm feeling a little scared for blue-purple here. Yes, we have greedy top end, but I feel like blue-red's in a pretty comfortable spot. There's the next Strike Freedom. Yep, and we target the 2 units. Get another Kira down. Draw. Now we can pretty much swing this wherever. Break base. Yeah, we're pitching the 2 cards to bomb deck with our Strike Freedom. Yep, swing goes through. Oh, it was the base. He broke the base. Yeah, so he needs to make sure he gets his card draw from that. Yep, he gets his card draw there. Yeah, sometimes when you're doing like all these different things and cards are moving everywhere, it's easy to miss or just miss timing on something, or don't do it in proper sequence is probably a better way to word it. You don't really miss your effects for saying Gundam unless you just remove the target. But next shield is removed, and now we have to basically clear board. One good ping could be like Barbados. Mika gets rid of 1 Strike Freedom. You swing into the other Strike Freedom, and you need something to pump. Oh, we got Sazabi. Oh, Sazabi actually does some work here, guys. Char effects. Play out our base. Base deploy. Pick up card from shield to hand. Now we need a unit to destroy if we want to remove the board, right? Because just having anything to plop and destroy here, you'll be swinging, what is it, 7/7, so you have to swing into Strike Freedom with damage on it, and Sazabi effect forces the other one to be destroyed. Just because it's whatever you're battling cannot be the target of the deletion effect. I also know we have some regionals coming up this weekend. In the Oceania region, I believe Australia has a regional coming up for Gundam. We got some coming up for the NA side, but it's going to be a moment until we get to our events. Yeah, it's like you have to play something here for Sazabi to pop. And it really doesn't matter what, you just need the body to pop. How often do I stream? I don't stream on my channel too often. It really comes down to, like, I often give the baton to Risu. He's very consistent with streaming. But he's feeling a little under the weather from allergies tonight, so I said, don't worry, man, I got it. I'm just going to be chilling, running everything. One-man show tonight, like I said. But yeah, like I said before, thank you so much for y'all joining us on the stream tonight. We're expecting somewhere between 4 and 5 rounds of Gundam, which, honestly, 4 to 5 rounds of Gundam, it's a lot of Gundam. It's pretty fun. Oh, we don't have the body to pop for... We're swinging shield? Are we just playing a unit to pop? It's a blocker. Like, you could have done a full board clear. That's the one thing I don't agree with for this line. Like, yes, a blocker stops any attack, but, like, Strike Freedom can just bomb deck it. So, like, it won't matter. Do we have a show here? Oh, IT? Yeah, we can just kill it too. Like, there's so many ways to interact with that. You just want to guarantee it had no way to interact with you. Yeah, he also had Banshee Link, and Banshee was going to swing, what, like 2-3 times, so it really didn't matter in the end. But yeah, all that is the end of Game 1 here on stream. Yeah, I think he might be kind of like walking through that turn with his... Yeah, counting trash, like, there's definitely 24 in trash. He's getting 2 restands. If not, it's super close, and he can get there by just filtering a little bit more. Let's see, what other tables can we hop into? Included here. Got a little bit of a game here between One Year War and a blue-white strike deck. Yeah, that game, it was pretty wrapped up when he had that Banshee Link in hand too. Like, normally I'd be like, okay, that's pretty close, but when you have a Banshee that's going to be swinging 3 times, that's going to be a little hard. Like, it doesn't matter what deck you're playing. Oh, dude, this game's a grind when you have a Leo token coming out from the Corsica. It means you gotta see both of the Corsicas. Remember when Corsica was at 4, guys? Remember when Corsica was at 4, chat? And we're like, dang, that base is crazy good. Like, it was kind of slept on at the beginning, just because, like, your card economy was good for aggro. It took a moment for us to really realize that, hey, this base does a lot playing 2 bodies. Like, I had so many games where someone would just drop, like, 2 Corsicas in the late game, and they're like, here's 4 bodies on the board. It cost me 1 card out of my life, and I maintained hand size. And you're like, yeah, that's great. It's great, man. Congrats. Yeah, One Year War is trying their best to fight back still. But it's just like, you have 1 card in hand. It's so rough. Strike Freedom effects. Are we going for it? Nah, are we not? Oh, this is new. Sorry, not One Year War. It's a new Gundam. It runs the same core, though, in the day. Like, you're just playing the guy that battles and then basically double swings life, right? And we end the turn with 2 more blockers, saying, you know what, we're not going to give him away to burst, like, high maneuver into a show, into another high maneuver link, or something goofy like that. But yeah, that's the concede. Let's see. I want to check Limitless and see how many tables we got left. We are sitting with about 13 minutes left in round. Got a handful of tables wrapping up. If I had to guess, there's a table that's a little bit more mid-game. It'd be this one. I know what both these players typically lean towards, so... Okay, there we go. We're going to get a little bit more of a game. Looks like we got Strike League on the bottom, piloted by Cody, and the top we got Way Coveries on what looks like the Academy MF build. And we're having the pants swinging in. Pants are swinging into the aerial rebuild here. The nice thing about aerial rebuild is it's a generic wind paired effect. It's not tied to a wind link. So you can put any of the bimodal pilots underneath. Is my audio low now? My audio was very low at the beginning. If it's still low, let me know, chat, and I can fix it. I just don't want it to be deafening, y'all. But if it's low, let me know. I'll fix it. I also might be mumbling a little bit more. But looking at board state, we have a Strike Freedom. We only have 2 cards in hand, so we're not really able to use its effects. But we got a Lifrith for the last card. Now, MF is down to, what is it, 3, 4 cards in hand. So they do have hand advantage over us. We have a Master, or not Master, a Shining with a Dome on. A Master with, I don't think there's an Asia with it. Then a Maxer and another Shining. If we play the Rest Finger, giving first strike. Swing with Master on swing. Turn it up still. Okay, guys. I got you. I got you. Is that a little better? I just see the red on my audio, and it's like, okay, I just don't want to deafen y'all. But yeah, and that looks like it's game there. I want to say that probably wraps up the round, or just about does. Got about 10 minutes. Strike League against Blue-White, which is probably double Kira. The Argo? The Argo. I'm not sure what you mean by Argo. Perfect. Okay, I'm glad I got it for y'all, chat. I'm glad I got it for y'all. Yeah, like I said, we're running solo tonight. TO, Judge, Stream. I can run it all. I can do it all. So, when we're looking at blue-white macros this format, you have a few different variants of blue-white, but at the end of the day, it's going to be chaining... Oh, the command that rests the Lifrith. Okay, sorry. I'm horrible with the names of the commands right now. I'm kind of learning it all still. I just vaguely know, okay, that's the rest first strike command. That's Darkness Finger. That's 2 damage. I know that one. But like I was saying before, your top end's like who chains Strike Freedoms more. That's one thing you want to do in blue-white mirrors. But then if you're able to set up the pants legs to make Strike Freedom awkward, it feels better too, which is why the League build's popular. But then you also see the League Merida Kira build, which has the K-Shats to pop the legs, so when you swing with Strike Freedom, you have good targets. Hey, Exia, how are you tonight, man? But yeah, like, I was never really a big League player myself. The archetype just didn't appeal to me. But I might be trying it out this format, just because it's more board-centric right now to play against decks, and the bodies and board matter more than anything. It's just like, if you get counter-queued with, like, the League Merida Kira build, it's so greedy, first of all. It's like, cool, you got it sometimes, man. But it's like, I feel like it's so much. Favorite TO, thank you. I'm doing great. Had a good day at work. Got a lot done. I just got back from PTO for Gen Con, and I think I'm going to be taking one more trip before summer officially ends, just to wrap it up. So I'll be done on the traveling spree here soon. But I've really enjoyed myself lately. So I believe that's the Freedom alt we have on the board here. 4/6 blocker. When paired, if you pair a unit, do a AP2 shrink on something for the turn. Gen Con was fun. I really enjoyed it. I haven't talked about it yet. I did the Naruto demo. That was fun. I don't think it's the game for me long run though. Excuse me. But I will give it an attempt when the game comes out, see if I actually really like it. It's just so Yu-Gi-Oh-esque. Like, I don't know how many y'all tried the Naruto demo or read anything about it, but you have effectively your trap cards. You still have your leader's mechanic, you still have your unit mechanics, but you have normal summons and special summons. And like I said, you have your traps. You technically, I think they mentioned there being hand traps too on your turn only, but I don't think I saw any in the demo. Like, you got 10 minutes of free play in the demo. You didn't really get a chance to do a lot. But I did it with my buddy Taidana, and because him and I play card games a lot, we picked up pretty quickly and we just started playing a game. But, like, there is one point where he special summons 3 of his boss monsters from his deck. He just had them all in hand on the Sasuke side. And he's like, special summon, special summon, special summon. I believe he had to pop a guy with it, but it's just like, you can swing them pop, so it didn't matter. But he special summoned them all. I have 4 traps in the back. I have a negate that says negate a command, or negate a support. Then I have 3 supports that effectively KO'd enemy units. One of them specified non-EX, which is the special summon character. And then the other 2 were anything. And we had a chain where I did support 1, KO 2 rested enemy units, which he chained support 2 into negate the KO, which I chained negate the negate, but then he chained another negate. So if you guys know how chain links work in Yu-Gi-Oh! And correct me if I'm wrong, though, chat. I believe 100% this is how, or 90% this is how Yu-Gi-Oh! Works. You start resolving your chains backwards. So the negate on the negate resolves because it's negated. You go to the next negate and support 2 that says KO thing negates the KO thing, so you don't get a chance to actually resolve. Basically, the KO gets stopped. There's probably better ways to word it. But yeah, you're just doing chain links there. That's probably the coolest moment we had in the demo for our 10 minutes of free play. But it's just the fact that we drew into it all. You draw 2 cards a turn, though. That was cool. You always have hand economy in that game. But yeah, if any of y'all also tried Naruto demo, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know, what do you think about it? Was it kind of like up the alley for what you're expecting? Yeah, it's basically Ninja Yu-Gi-Oh! The coolest mechanic that makes it Bandai though versus Yu-Gi-Oh! Is you have your chakra. 5 chakra. It's effectively how many times you can do a thing on your opponent's turn and your turn. Because you're limited to 1 normal summon a turn. You have a summon card for it, and 1 normal summon a turn. But then you have the chakra, which says, okay, I'm going to special... Sometimes it's special summon, because I think there's things that played on the board. But then you also had things that said KO an opponent's body, negate an effect. Those flip your chakra over, and they don't refresh in the refresh stage. You have to sacrifice a leader swing to flip them all back up. Yes, that was the whole idea. You get like a chance to play a body, and you get a chance to play a support on the same turn. And you maintain your hand size. Now, you could drop more, obviously, if you want in the support zone. Go crazy. But, like, once you're out, you're out. But yeah, we've been living on that reinforcement junior base for a hot moment. But I think we're just about out of blockers at least. We have V-Dash, which can tap a parts, which can tap one of his 4 HP or less units. So you tap what, like the Ale to guarantee you swing into the Ale if you want. Or the Freedom, I guess. The Freedom can block still. Yeah, I agree. TCGs are fun. I'm right with you. Like, the gameplay itself isn't like the #1 thing for me, but it's about trying it out, see if I liked it. And we are looking with about 3 minutes left of regular time, so we're about done with the round. Table 1 decided to play down table 13. I'm not sure why. It might have been a microphone, Discord issue, but they hopped down to table 13 to get their game played. And I think they actually just wrapped up too from the looks of it. Yeah, like, if you don't have a reason to play regionals, it's like, okay, what's the point of playing Gundam or playing whatever game it might be, right? That's where one of my local buddies is at too. He's like, what's the point of me playing a Gundam regional? I have to go X1 to get something that matters. Because, like, he doesn't care about the top 32 sleeves. We got 3 of the top 64 packs playing 2v2s this weekend at Gen Con. He has those. He doesn't care about them. He would care about the X1 record of getting the texture foiled char and hand token pack. But, like, he already has his invite. What is he playing for? He doesn't care about the new participation stuff. He has what he cares about. Yeah, always having a new TCG to play, though, does help. Fusion World, I've been having a lot of fun with that. Yeah, so we have V-Dash. Tap what I presume was the Ale. We have Victory Swing. Yeah, that's fair. We do know it is Orlando. Why is Digimon pricing and Gundam pricing so vastly different in price? What do you mean by that, Helkin? Are you talking about, like, new type challenges compared to Ulti Cups? Or are you talking about, like, webcam pricing? The cards? Okay, so there's a little bit to it. If we're talking about the cards and, like, why does the new type challenge for every game have a lot less value compared to what Gundam has? So there's a meta relevance part of it, of the card selection being good. Digimon does have a good card selection, don't get me wrong there. But sometimes you have really weird cards that just don't get played, or they're not really, like, fan favorites to collect. Like, the Diabormon one was good. The Nokia one was probably one of the better sides of selection of cards. Like, if you look at this Maruki one, I'm like, okay, Maruki, he's the OTK guy from, like, the recent set. I don't have any attachment to him. No one's going to say Marukimon's their favorite Digimon. So on the collector side, that's kind of like a weird miss for Digi there. For that series, at least. Gundam, every single series is literally a fan favorite something. Like, fan favorite pilot series? Cool. We love Kira. We love Seed. Freedom? Oh yeah, that's the cool unit from Seed. Like, and it looks great. It's super playable. Like, our biggest whiff for new type challenges, I think as a series collectively, was the Dynamis one. Dynamis Lock-on is probably the least playable. After that, it's the Ryu Seiko Lupus combo, and let me make sure I have time tracked.
Other time, right? Is what you told me?
Sorry, guys. I didn't say we were in overtime. We are in overtime.
Just starting, or how far into overtime?
We're a minute into overtime.
Okay, 4 minutes.
So it's 4 minutes. All right, perfect, even better. It's gonna be done by then, I
So
think.
was it him starting turn, or was I starting turn?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Eagle, hello.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out.
Okay.
We're gonna say we
This
start
is a
turn.
minute. I think it was my turn. So he's turn. I was turn 0. He's turn 1.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
I'll give you guys an extra like 30 seconds there while we figure that out.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, chat. I'm, like I said, trying to do it all tonight. Yeah, okay, so we talked about like the playability and card selection. The next thing is collector market. Collector market is massively different for Gundam. Like, if you're talking about collectors, you've had, let's just start with like the Gunpla side. Gunpla kit builders have been around for I don't know how long now, and they're kind of used to like putting money into giant like kits and builds. And when you're doing that, you're also really invested in the hobby. You're getting your paints, you're getting your tools, you're just getting whatever you need to build these kits. And I think that's kind of preconditioned them to putting money into their hobby, which makes the collector cards very high up there too. But yeah, like the fact that new type challenges are outperforming Dragon Ball, they're outperforming One Piece, or just about every single one. Technically, one of the more recent Ultimate Battles for Dragon Ball does have a really good card. The SS3 Goku that restands, that is a really good winner card. I want to say that's just on par with like the Freedom NTC. Like Gundam is just like outpacing everyone in terms of collectors right now. The One Piece ones could be better, but I think they also have like a knockoff, quote unquote, equivalent version of all their cards too. Like there's an easier version of them to get. Don't quote me that. It's been a moment since I've really looked into One Piece, but that's how I understood it. Yeah, it's just like, you're taking like the best of the best locals pricing from all Bandai games, and it makes regionals look really bad because of it. Because like compared to Digimon, it still outpaces everything there. Compared to One Piece, One Piece is just infinitely like money glitch if you do well in regionals. But I think it's just because the skew is so big, it makes it feel worse. The Leo tokens aren't bad, though. Yeah, I talked to my judge from last week. He's like, yeah, Eagle, last week's locals actually took a bit more time. We've had to go to a time a little bit more often compared to before when you had aggro running everywhere. Yeah, each side's putting up a wall, try to make it as difficult as possible. Yeah, if you swing with this, you're blocking Zalote every time. Zalote can't swing face. Oh, I guess you live this way. Oh, it's 2-4. I thought it was 4-2. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because that's a 3-4, and regardless, it's going to trade over that. Okay, folks, that's time and overtime.
Okay.
Hit the 5:30 mark, so first thing we do in tiebreakers is count number of cards in the shield area remaining. We got 3 cards versus 1 card. Yep. So go ahead and report, and we'll get next round up, folks.
All right. Juice.
Okay. Sorry, guys, you're going to see my face here. Cromwell has been set up. But yeah, that was round 1 of Webcam Locals. We got to see some cool games. We got to see the command pile against what looks like to be a blue-purple Sazabi Strike Freedom Lupus deck. That was pretty greedy, but pretty cool. Yes, there is a Yankees Naruto card coming. I bought tickets to go to that game, but it's on my birthday. I'm like, do I really want to go to New York for my birthday for a baseball game, for a card game I'm not really invested into? So I just transferred my baseball tickets to my friend who's really into Naruto. I'm like, dude, If anyone's getting the ticket, it's going to be the person who cares about the game, right? Cares about the IP. Yeah, so I just transferred it over to him. We got all rounds reported. I'm going to end the round and pay our next round. What do you guys want to see play tonight? Is there anything in particular? Let me know if there is, and I'll do my best to find it. Round 2 pairings. I want to take a look at the metagame, see if there's anything cool. Let's see, what decks have we not seen? I mean, we kind of like showcased a lot of things. I think I know what we're going to showcase. Where is this person playing? And we're back to this stream. Okay, we're going to have second player comment here shortly. But I figure we're going to go ahead and showcase something that is undefeated still right now. While it is, take advantage of it, you know. Okay, so phone mode's good. And second player's hopping in. You love G Gundam Fighter or G Fighter growing up, so that's what got you into Gundam. I respect it, man. Like, there's a lot of series that, like, once you get to it, people are going to get into it. Imagine New Type Challenge where you're doing G Gundam. Like, you have a Domon and a Master or a Shining. Because they technically have alts right now. There's probably something else you can get to. That'd be neat to be alted, though. Is there a card you can't alt in that deck, actually? The Dual Maxer, I guess, you can't alt right now? I guess some of the fingers you can't. I know Darkness Finger is coming in the next Cardfest binder. I don't think you have the First Strike Finger. I don't think you can alt that. So that could be a cool one. Do that as like your X1 prizing. I'm just talking hypotheticals too. Airframe's a card that could technically use an alt too. That on participation could be great. Yeah, there you go, chat. There you go, chat. I just listed out a cool New Type Challenge series. Now, what unit you do, I don't know. You can do any of them, and it's fine. They're all alted, but some of them might be more desirable than others. Gotta be a big boss monster, maybe a burning. That'd be cool if you did a burning Gundam before it was, like, released, right? Digimon had that ages ago, actually. Digimon had BT5 cards as prizing before BT5 was out. That was in the June Ulti Cup series, or Evo Cup series. You were able to get BT5 cards, like the Agumon and the Greymon, I believe it was at the time. I know Greymon for sure, because I got one of those. It's on Evo Gain of Memory. Doesn't matter now, that card's so outdated. But it was so cool because you got that at least 2-3 months early. There's only one NTC in a 90-minute radius. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I know they're a lot more strict lately on making it silver stores only, and better, and above, I should say, than better. But also, some regions are just more sparse in terms of card shops. I was thinking about doing the online NTC again, but it's just so hard to be invested into like getting the cards for that and just hoping it works out. I know, so much hate. But we're round 2. We're seeing a Dop. We're seeing a Zaku too. So there's a chance it's 1-year war because Dop is a Xeon unit, and we have the Earthfed 2/2 that's played for Londo Bell. So there's a chance it's new on the other side, but it also could be. I don't think you would do Earthfed aggro really. It's probably just new. I guess you could say new is technically Earthfed aggro, right? Here, let me turn my light on. It's getting a little dark in here. Ugh, there we go. We see Corsica, so we know it's blue-green on one side and blue-green on the other. We see the Londo Bell unit, so this is new on the top side. Here, let me do a thing. Let me do a thing here, chat. Transform. And we're going to flip this on the horizontal, not horizontal, the vertical. I'm going to remember one of these days, chat. Okay, I said I would remember. I didn't mean there. There we go! We got the camera flip! Yeah, so we got the Earthfed 2/2. I can't remember its name offhand. And we're going against probably 1-year war. It doesn't have to be 1-year war in particular, but getting Tall Goose, getting Basebreaker Zaku, getting a Xeon Dop makes me want to say it is. See a Zaku in life. See Goose go life. Yeah, this is definitely new. This might be a really fast game from this opener. Gun Tank pinging off the Earthfed unit. And Zaku, yeah, this is 1-year war. Got the Chars, got the Amuros, got the Zakus. I'm going to open up with 5 HP base. We can tap it and take 1 less damage from swinging into units, so you can effectively remove Dop for free. But you might be saving it for a bigger swing too. Or like something that's more impactful that can save you from a bigger damaging unit. Yeah, I think we're just going to see, like, how can we minimize the impact of everything? Getting rid of the Goose here. Just said, you know, the Dop can live, that's fine. It has 1 attack. We don't think it's going to get there. If you have a Char, it makes math really good for you, but we just hope you don't have it at this point. There's the Char link. And we just hope it's last life base at this point. Yep, and that's game. Okay, let's hop into another table. That was our last undefeated new player, guys. I'm sorry. Zong, gun easy. Yeah, let's hop table 1. I don't know what's cooking here, but we'll find out. Blue-white against blue-red. Oh, this is the Banshee player we saw previous round. Okay, do I remember to flip on the vertical? I do, chat. I remember to flip on the vertical. Oh, we're already all the way up to playing a Strike Freedom. And Kira. We don't get to draw on this because it's not orb, right? Or is this one orb? Let me check. I need library of card lists. Triple ship, and does the Kira draw on triple ship or orb? I'm pretty sure it's orb. Oh, it's orb or triple ship. Okay, so it's fine. It's all Gucci. Yeah, so we're pushing quite a bit of damage here on the blue-white player side. Now trying to figure out where we are is blue-red. Close combat, putting 2 damage on any unit here. It's going to Rick, tapping more for Banshee, 1 for Marita. So when you swing, you ping Rick, first strike into something. So you probably start with the 3/4 just to guarantee you get the value. So you play around Unforeseen because they do have 1 up. I think that's the first thing you have to swing into. Swing into the 3/4 blocker, ping the Rick to guarantee you get rid of 2 bodies. Oh, there's my other cat. Hi, ma'am. Hello. She's not going to tear up the carpet, at least. If she does, I will kick her out. But she's good. But you just gotta be careful with your ordering of swings. So Banshee swing, target, looks like it's going into the orb unit. We're going to be getting our 12 here. So Darkness Finger is great late game because it's a 1-cost ping 2. Yeah, we're just going through getting the 12 cards. But 15 y'all, I appreciate y'all joining us for the stream tonight. Having a great time showcasing GD05 Gundam. Gundam's fun to showcase right now. So we got 3, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 cards here, shuffling in the deck. It's always good to double check that before we do the shuffle. It's a little hard to fix that. And we restand the pings on the Rick. The swing is into the little guy first. So we do play around Unforeseen as well as we can. But you might just have to commit the swing into it, hoping it works out and you don't get Unforeseen. You could go base, but you're 3 shields. I think you're just going to go and say, if you have it, I'll use damage commands to probably finish it out. We do have 1 up, so it could be a Darkness Finger. Yeah, the 1 EX up, technically. Yeah, it looks like we are declaring the swing. The 1 for the Unforeseen, so minus 3 AP. First strike, doesn't matter. We're dying to the swing. Yeah, I think you ordered that as well as you could there. It's a little hard to get everything you want all the time. But ending on 6 HP base also is not bad. Just gets you a draw, effectively. I guess it doesn't progress your game state either, because they can crack it with the Freedom. But I think Unforeseen is really good in the format right now. You can even argue Witch and the Bride's good in format too. And there's strike freedom, selecting both bodies. Do we have one for Kira also? I guess we'll swing, see what happens first. We are tapped out, so we get the draw on the base destroyed. Because it has a card on the enemy side. There's another Kira. Swing shield on swing. Nothing to shrink. Destroy a card. Draw another card. Technically, the burst resolves first. It has like super priority. 2 damage goes somewhere. Just what do you have in your hand? Do you have a ping 2 to close out the set 1 strike freedom with the blue Kira? Or do we have math to make the blue strike freedom with the starter that Kira go away? Yeah, we're just applying it to strike. Or not strike, freedom. The not strike freedom, the regular freedom. Draw for destroying the card. And turn pass. Putting him down to 1 shield left, 2 units active. So we could Banshee again. If we Banshee again, we can't ping the freedom because it's too high of a level. Not enough cards in trash. Oh, what is that? Battle of Aces, the Star Deck version from the Impulse Star Deck. What was it? Star Deck 9, I think. Do get a K-Shot. With a Merida, we do ping 1. Now we swing. We don't get the ping on swing. Do we have another unforeseen to prevent the trade? We don't have that one, it seems, so the trade goes through. We are in 1 shield left, and we turn pass. 1 up. Get the Atori, which is the blocker, another Atori, which is the blocker. I'm pretty sure it's Atori, right? I'm really bad with the new card names. That's not Atori. What is it? It's one of the Link rares. The Murasame on destroy if you have a or pilot, draw 1. That's what it is. Get a strike with the Kira. We draw a card. Swing shield on swing. You trash 2 cards from hand. Bomb deck. The Rezel, I think, is what it has to be. Battle of Aces and K-Shot to trash. He gets spun to the bottom. Real quick, Rezel gets spun to the bottom of the deck.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter, but we're going to put him in the right zones at least. Kind Heart can't be destroyed by battle effects. Draw a card, hope it's enough. Get what? A 6 HP base would be the best case scenario. Because it's 2/4, 2/4, 3/4. And you just pray he doesn't have a link. There's a strike freedom. You target the 2 guys. And you can draw into Akira. You can draw into a pilot. I guess any pilot works here technically. 6 HP base, last life base. Draw a card for destroying the shield. Do we have Akira? Or do we have filter to get to another Kira just to end it? It's like, that's kind of awkward. Yeah, 2 damage to the base. Play another one, another Murasame. And I think it's just turn pass. Like, okay, so ideally we swing strike freedom into one of the Murasames. He doesn't draw a card because there's no pilot. You trash 2 from hand, get rid of another one. So I gets rid of 2 bodies off a board for 2 cards in hand. If you have another strike freedom coming down, I guess you would do the second strike freedom first. You link that, you draw. So you destroy a unit, you bomb deck a unit. Draw for destroying a unit. Draw for destroying the second unit. Pitching 2 more, spend another 1. You have a base that's alive still. So technically, if you have another strike freedom link, you have it out here to like live another turn. But it doesn't play around them getting another link from hand, which is possible. They have 3 cards in hand, and they're sitting pretty comfortable on life, I'd say. But there is an out. There is an out. I did the math, chat. I did the math. It's not an easy one, but there is one. But from the looks of it, he probably doesn't have it. If he did have the second strike link, you would immediately go into it. There's just nothing that like performs better this turn. Show, draw 2. I guess you technically have the resources for it still. Strike effect, which is shown in close combat. Spin 1 to the bottom. Destroy in battle. Four is Banshee, 1 is Merida. Swing on swing. Get 12 to restand, and we're pinging something here. Swing shield, trying to get some damage in, force them to either block. You don't really want to block here, though. You just want to keep the unit active so they can't interact with it as much as possible. If they have a close combat or Darkness Finger in hand, I guess they have that too, right? But they're down to like 1 card in hand. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, leave the ITs in trash. They're a little expensive for the damage you're doing in this part of the game. Two for close combat. Finish the Atori here. I mean, we can still swing, pitch 2 from hand, bomb deck a unit. It's like we're not even out of it. I'm honestly not even worried still for blue-white, because we're looking at cards in hand versus no cards in hand. Strike, target both of your strikes. Yeah, this can technically swing into anything and get a draw. Going into base, destroy the base, draw a card. I think he just wants to end it. Yep. He has the Kira for the draw, swing for game. Oh, he got it off of the life there. That's what it looks like. But that's game, chat. That's game. Blue-white taking over blue-red. And it was a grind. It was a grind indeed. Well, we at least got to see a full game there compared to the 1-year war new game. But it just happens like that sometimes. Aggro can just sometimes have the hand. They hand check you pretty frequently. Here we'll hop to table 5. Showcasing MF Mir, Estot against Jinzo. Both these players have played here quite a bit. And I will say, I don't think I've seen S-Dot play something that wasn't Wing or Destiny. But it makes sense that he has to pivot to another deck. I don't think Wing's in a good spot. Wing's is in a pretty rough spot. And then I don't think Destiny's any better right now either. But yeah, he just has so much card economy as MF. It makes sense that it's doing so well. Table of 2-0s right now. And this is AP -2 on the unit, I believe. On swing, restand a resource. And just play a unit for 3, pass turn. And then do we have a link for game here? This is the blocker. Put a pilot under it. I don't think it's a link here, though. Yeah, it's not a link. It's just a blocker. We're trying to give it more stats so it lives a Darkness Finger we know he has in hand. I mean, our goal is to remove board, play a base, right? Because you have to live, you're not winning this turn. If you win this turn somehow, I'd be very surprised. But yeah, we got Master Asia coming down. I think this is the link because it looks for the trait on this unit. Yeah, Rising Gundam looks for Gundam Fighter and trait. Which, if I go to the red cards, Master Asia, I do believe, has that trait. Yeah, Gundam Fighter. And during Link on attack, if you have activated a special move command's main action during this turn, choose an enemy unit, deal 2 damage to it, so you can ping 2 on something. You just don't destroy it because he preemptively put the pilot on the unit. Or alone from this, you don't destroy a unit. But we do have the Darkness Fingers, yeah, so we did the other 2 we needed there. Makes sense. And now we're just setting up the board to say, you know what? Ideally, going in this next turn, I have lethal. You don't have a link this turn. You didn't have it last turn. I don't have a blocker, but do what we can. But for all 10 of y'all joining us on stream tonight, welcome. Hope you guys are enjoying the gameplay. Hopping into the latter half of this MF mirror. We have so many cards in exile. Holy cow. Yeah, it's a little easier. Oh, excuse me. Point out what the cards are based on what they do and just where the counts are so you know what you're playing around. Yeah, it looks like we have a single card in hand, so it's really just like, you don't have a lot of decisions at this point. Maybe you have an OA where you just cycle and filter for something. Because what do? You get the unit, it says on deploy, exile 2 cards, pick up a card out, trash. You play a command, and I think it ends there. Oh, we have 4 cards in hand. A lot more than 1, but not necessarily an infinite amount of cards either. So we got the Vanilla Shining. We have a Silver Bullet in our MF list. That's a tech of all times. I guess it's okay for the mirror. It's good against red, which the rest of your deck necessarily isn't. Master Asia's paired here. It's not linked. And turn pass, we just hope this unit lives. And he checks a base. Last life, I think, is all we're praying for. Darkness Finger, 2 damage, draw a card. Right. Oh no, we don't have a master, it's a Shining. On swing, we activated the command, so we ping 2, thanks to Master Asia. Got the G-Fight base, add shield to hand. We swing Shining. On swing, we restand a resource. This is 5 AP, thanks to having Domon linked to it. Do we have like an unforeseen or something weird here? We are seeing 1 tapped. Which finger is this? Is it main action? Or I'm assuming it is main action, rest a guy. We'll play rebuild and turn pass. I need to learn what all the fingers actually do. I know there's a first strike one. I know there's a ping 2 damage one. Yeah, Shining Finger, that's what it was. Rest unit with 4 HP or less. Main action, that's what it was. That's what saved us that turn. Now we OA, hope we have a link at this point. Like, that's really all you're praying for. Three for Rising, 1 for Link, and that's game. Looked like our hand was Master Asia with no Master Gundam Link. Let's see what other tables we got. Got mid-match here. Hope you guys, like I said, are enjoying the games though, chat. If you have any thoughts, something you want to see tonight, let me know. I'll do my best to find it for y'all. 25 players, so we have a pretty good sized crowd tonight. And we're looking at the last match of the round. 7 minutes left of regular time till we hit overtime. And it looks like we got Strike League against White-Green something. I'm not sure what the White-Green is, actually. Oh, is this Academy? I think we're seeing White-Green Academy, chat. There you go, chat. We got a cook here tonight. We got a cook. It's just like you're doing Academy against Blue-White, and I feel like against Blue-White it's going to be rough. Simply for the fact that they have so much card economy, they have board control. Academy is kind of lacking on like the card advantage part. They do have good combat and board tricks, though, so I can give them that. Hey, Chef, how we doing? Yeah, good crowd tonight. Really excited to see Gundam popping off again. You're not the only Chef playing tonight. The Academy is exciting to see. It's a fan favorite archetype, right? Or technically character more than archetype. I mean, I think Ariel unironically has a better use in a non-Academy deck right now than Academy, just because MF can really utilize it. But let me read some Academy cards here, chat, because I genuinely don't know. I know Quiet Zero's the base. If you have a unit of Gundam Ariel and it's named as level 5 or higher in play, activate main once per turn, you make a 2/2 breach unit. That's pretty cool. Costs 2 resources for it, so 2 resources for 2/2. It's like you're getting the 2/2 gun cannon off of white base, except as breach. Yep, base effects for 2. Making a token. We have our Gundam Ariel in play. Now, what other combat tricks can we expect to see? I think it has redirects, and that's like your biggest use, because I think New Sleda just generates an EX resource if one is used during the turn, right? During link once per turn, when you play and activate a command using an EX resource, if you had no EX place arrested, so you get arrested EX resource if you burn one. Starter deck Ariel. Permanent score, it's like AP minus. Oh gosh, my fingers are not on the keyboard. Yeah, when paired, choose enemy units level 5 or lower, gets AP shrunk for the turn. What's that? AP minus 2, AP minus 3. I can't read it. I just know it has to be a level 5 or lower unit for the turn. And that question is Lifrith. We give it up. Yep, give up Lifrith. Do a trade here. Take Breach 3. Zalot can't go face. Pants can't go face. The Strike can. The Hashimal can. The Victory can. Victory looks like it might swing draw. You got a few options here. Setting up a webcam for these hard. You're interested in possibly joining the next one, but never done a webcam before. C-Culp Gaming, great question. And I don't have a guide set up necessarily for it, but we're pretty flexible, and we have a lot of players that are really active here in the Discord. Not to mention if you're in like the worldwide Gundam Cord Sphera Made, you will always find people willing to play. And you can always ask, hey, how is my setup, man? Does it look good? Is there something I can do better? Is the camera quality and angle all right? That's really the big thing. And there is technically a section in the tournament rules manual for Gundam, or comprehensive rules for like webcam play. That's a great resource too. And we have examples of what good webcam setups are too here in the server. Yeah, definitely. The hardest part is just getting started. Once you get yourself out there, get started, start playing the game, you have a great time and you realize it's pretty much a locals from home. And I try to make the pricing worthwhile for y'all. I got Amuro and the Zalot, which means we tap the Lifrith. We're going to attempt to trade into the Ariel. Do we have an action timing command here? Does Academy have an out to protect the Ariel? And maybe no. Oh, excuse me. Ever since Gen Con, I've been getting like 10 plus hours of sleep at night. Just trying to catch up. Unforeseen. -3 AP, you lose the trade. You've played in a decent amount of locals and new types. It's just never done webcam, but maybe easy and fun. Yeah, it definitely is. And we have a really strong community too. When I say strong community, I genuinely mean that on our webcam, we have really strong players that have topped and done well in major events. So not only are you getting an online experience from home, you're getting really good practice. So you're getting more prepped for your new types. Thank you, Gardy. I appreciate, or Grady, I appreciate the compliment. And we try to do it as everything as consistently as possible every week. Like I said, try to make the prizing fun. It's Win-A-Box right now. Until you guys have an event where it's just like you're no longer interested in Win-A-Boxes, that's what I'm going to try offering for y'all to make it feel worthwhile. And I think y'all have definitely appreciated it as of lately, because we've started hitting the 20s again in like player count. We haven't had that consistently in a moment. Like, we've had like okay counts during our MSA nights, but you know, previous formats are kind of stale. And you're really playing MSA nights for the bounties more than the meta. Oh, we're in overtime.
Hey.
Hey folks, we just hit overtime about 5 seconds ago. Active player is turn 0.
I'll play 3 for...
Okay, I got it on time this time, chat. I got it on time this time. Hey, Antics, how you doing, man? You missed some G-Fighter. You missed some G-Fighter, man. Lots of people on Shuffle Alliance tonight. Well, I don't think there's any surprise. Honestly, what was the meta breakdown for tonight? Metagame. Most popular deck from the variant, at least, is New Gundam, tied with Shining Gundam, Master Gundam, tied with Strike Freedom, Victory Gundam. Those all have 4 copies being played. Strike Freedom as a deck, though, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 variants being played. You have Strike Freedom Victory, Strike Freedom Ale, Strike Freedom Banshee, and Strike Freedom Barbados, so you technically have all the colors of the rainbow there. Just left swimming class. But you're all good, man. You're all good, man. You gotta get the exercise in, get the workout in. Academy was cooking here for a moment. They had a great board, but it just kind of disappeared here. Unforeseen, protected a little bit, but it didn't really prevent the damage from coming through. Like, we're just losing on board. That's what it really comes down to. You went 0-2 at Gen Con, and you blinked, and you're at 6-2. You lost the last round, got 91st place. Dude, that's a run of all time, so... Like, when you're just doing those, like, grinds, you're really battling the record. My Gen Con run was 1-2, I dropped. I was doing 2v2. 2v2 was, honestly... I just like the team aspect of having a teammate, and it is really chill. Like, we're not stressing, we're playing aggro. When is the next MSA tournament? I haven't announced it yet. We had one for basically sneak peek of the format. We try to do one once a month, so sometime in August, I'll try having another one set up. I just don't have a date lined up for it yet, because I have to check with my staff, because it's an off day, and if I can't run it, and they can't run it, then we have no one running it, you know? It's like, I gotta be mindful of regionals too. IRL regionals will eat up our staff, because actually our whole staff are like level 1 judges that do work events pretty actively. And we're seeing about a minute and a half of time, but yeah, that's game. We scooped up, and we're going to have next round reported here shortly. So going into our next round, won't trade one, so we have 6 undefeateds, which means we're expecting somewhere between, what is it? 6 goes to 3, which can go to 2 or 1. So we either have 2 or 3 rounds left. It really depends how down pairs go this next round. Here, let me go ahead and get this up. Okay, I'll be right back, Jack. I need some water. I'll be right back. Okay. Let me pair next round, and then I will swap the camera. Okay, next round's up. Okay, guys, what do we want to see? Is there a matchup we want to see? We're sitting on 6 undefeateds. Of the undefeateds, it looks like we have the League Pants, or Strike Pants. We have... what do they call it? I guess we call this, like, pure... triple ship. We have MF. We have pure triple ship. Got MF. You got a lot of strike. It's a blue night, guys. It's a blue night. I say we hop on table 2. That's probably going to be the most fun match to watch here. Then we'll get to our blue mirrors. How about that? How about that? I think that's going to be where we want to be at. Yeah, we will have another MSA night, though, eventually. I just got to schedule it out. And if I can't make it work this month, then I'll make sure we get 2 next month. Or I make it a bigger event. One way or another. I know we really like having that alternate format. Just, it's a fun event. You do Swiss in a Top Cut best of 3. It plays pretty quick because it's on the sim. It's open deck list because that's how we have to do deck checks for this type of format and event. Plus, we get bounties. Oh, guys, speaking of that, what's a good bounty deck right now? I feel like there's a lot of decks that could be played. And we're not really restricted from playing anything. Like, Sazabi could have a bounty. Phantom Pain could have a bounty. I always like emphasizing the new decks. MF's really good as a deck, though. We can dig into an older format deck. We could do Academy again. Like, someone was cooking with that tonight. We technically got Academy support. What else is there? Let me look up Deck Builder. Like, we'll have the new starter decks sooner than later, too. We could put a clan bounty out again. I don't think we need to do that, though. What else we got? News being played. Caliburn's part of Academy. I guess we could say Academy, because Caliburn's kind of unique in something. Age, we can also say Age Academy, or Age Bounty. That could be a good one. Actually, there's a lot more Academy cards than I realized I got support this set. That's part of Phantom Pain. That's Phantom Pain. CB, we could say CB, Celestial Being. It technically got a new card in GD05. Yeah, I guess Hazabi is also the other deck that got support or an archetype. But yeah, if you guys have thoughts, let me know. My cat was allowed back into the room. Don't mind him. Him and his sister might be playing in the background here. You'll see. There's baby girl. That's Pluckers. Waffles. You can't see him, but he's like right behind my chair. He's probably want to pounce on his sister, and you'll see them chasing each other. And actually, there he is. Hey, dude. But yeah, it looks like we are getting our units down, getting our pilot. So we're going to break base. And we have shown we are Shuffle Alliance, so I guess we're not really fearing anything in terms of like clapbacks. I guess we are leaving the Rick up right now, it seems. And just explain, when you destroy this while there's Orb Pilot, including the one himself, you draw a card. But yeah, chat, I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think would be a fun bounty deck right now. Judge requests, where am I going? Let's see, what's our timer? Start with 41 per round. You may mark yourself the winner. That. Yeah, looks like we got no-shows. Looks like give you 41 minutes around, 1 minute to check in, find your table, then 5 extra because Webcam recommends 5 extra. So we got that resolved for those tables. Okay, that was a judge call. That's easy. I can do that one. Do that one without ending or pausing the stream. Okay, so we did see Domon with Rising Gundam. You would have rested the Rick anyway, so good thing we got the swing on shield. I think we're just going to keep pushing face here. Yeah, we're playing bodies. We're just going to keep pushing damage, rushing down basically. What's this pilot do again? I want to say it's like a high maneuver pilot. Gotta go to the pilot section. Oh, it's repair 2 during link. That's what it is. And then his unit is on destroy, draw a card. Well, I have an orb pilot in trait, in play, not trait. And Darkness Finger for ping 2. Do I do tournaments monthly or is it random? So, Sequel, just gotta be like a little bit more particular. Every single week, same time, same place, Wednesday night webcam locals. We have that every week. So if you are interested in playing tournaments again, we have these every week. You'll see us here next week on the 12th, same time. And I always make sure they run. And then once a month, I will do a Friday MSA tournament. Friday evening, it starts with Swiss, and then we do a top cut based on the number of players that night. Top cut, I try to make sure everyone that makes top cut gets prizing. If not, it's like really close or it's a really small night. But as a whole, we're typically pretty good on it. And I got another ping. Judge call. Oh, there's a troll. Troll ping for one of my admins. That's all. So the tickets I sell on my website. The reason I do that on my website is because I have so many events running. I run 3 events a week, and Monday night for Digimon I get roughly 20, 25 people every week. For Wednesday night Gundam it fluctuates, but we've been mid-20s lately also. And then Thursday night Digimon is kind of coming back. It's kind of new again, and it's like 8 to 15 people roughly. But yeah, so the reason I have the website is to help get ticket codes out to everyone, make sure everyone's paid. Because I used to do everything manual. If you guys were here at the start of my Gundam stuff in Season 1, you guys would send me a payment on PayPal. When you sent me a payment on PayPal, I would go to a Google Sheet, and I would mark you as paid. And then I would have to manually ping, follow up, make sure I got payment, make sure I know who the payment came from. Because if I got a payment with no name, I wouldn't know who you were. But they're done through my website. When you make a purchase for a ticket, you get taken to a page that tells you what your code is for entry. And in case you don't have the code for entry, you can DM me and I can tell you what it was or it's supposed to be if you closed it too fast. Sometimes there's an error. It doesn't happen a whole lot, but there is a bug that happens every once in a while where it says you got your ticket and it progresses you through like a checkout phase saying you're done with the checkout. I've only seen it like once or twice. It's not common, but just let me know. I'll help you get it taken care of. But the amount of time it saves me is just massive. It helps so much. applying 3 damage to the aerial rebuild with Soletta. Kind of chunky unit. I think it has 4 HP left. Or are we setting ourselves up for something? Or just getting the damage applied before a first strike comes through? That's a possibility. So I don't have the next week link up yet. I typically get it all done by Sunday at latest. Sometimes it's on Monday morning, but I try to have it done by Sunday. I've been pretty good the last couple of weeks. I think I technically had them up by Friday last week. But if you're in the Discord, that's the number one thing to make sure you are, first of all. In the Discord, we make announcements every week when Digimon and Gundam both go live. And the question I'm probably going to be asked, am I doing Naruto in the future? I'm going to say, I don't know. I could open up to doing Fusion World, because I actually do like Dragon Ball as an IP. But yeah, for Gundam and Digimon right now, the 2 games I do a lot with, you can find our links up live every week. Typically by Sunday, you'll see that ping in the general announcements. And then I also have a Gundam announcements and Digimon announcements channel where we ping folks also. But as far as this season for Gundam is entertained, is win a box every week. Unless y'all complain about it, I guess I don't have to, but I'm pretty sure y'all are happy. You're in Discord? Good, good. You're in the right spot, man. But yeah, honestly, GD05 is such a fresh breath of air, though, for format. I think the only thing that might get tiring in the future is seeing MF played a lot. But even then, MF seems like a pretty fun, streamlined deck right now, where it's just like really playing for board and encouraging to play the game in like a traditional sense. An unforeseen does fix the math, so the base doesn't get destroyed. I think we had a Power Ranger figure fall there. Yeah, new is popular. So, okay, so I do need to give a little background. I did not grow up with Gundam, and I did not realize how big and popular new was as like a unit. So when I look at like MSA stats, for example, it's 20% of the meta share people playing new. And I think it's also people kind of pivoting from aggro to that deck also, because it's kind of like your most natural aggressive deck in format. Yeah, we got the Master Gundam down. So what do you do with Strike Freedom here? You don't really have board. We have a link though, so we're now, was it like 3-5, 4-5? 4-5 repair 2. We don't live if we swing in anything here. I guess we're just pushing damage. I mean, it makes sense. We're so far ahead on shields. Just going for game as soon as possible makes sense. And you don't care if you lose your unit because you'll draw a card. Master Asia plays himself. I forget about that. That's so funny still. And we got an ale down. Yeah, so that's the issue. Like, You don't have the traits though for the deck. There's not good Londo Bell units, so even if you do get to your top and big new, you don't always have the cards to exile. It just feels so unnatural. So it's like, okay, do you care about big new, or do you just go into, was it the baby new, where you don't care, it's just breach? Double Amuro face for game? Yeah, you don't need another master here. And playing base here, it looks like. No, rising, okay. You came from red-white provinces and feel natural for you. Okay. Red-white province is a fun deck, though. And I don't think red-white province is necessarily in a bad spot either right now. I think it's very playable still. Yeah, depending on how table... Well, I guess tables 1 through 3 will have undefeateds regardless, unless it's double game loss. I don't think we want to see double game loss. Board states seem to be progressing pretty well right now. Rising effect, we rest the Ale, I believe, because that's 4 HP or less is what we check for. Yep. So we will be controlling board. Pitch Michaelis here. And we can't destroy the base because our Gamma's effect prevents effect damage to the base. Yeah, we're trading on board. Makes sense. But yeah, we're tapped out. We can't unforeseen here. Master Asia into the unit. On destroy, draw a card. Rebuild into base, restand a resource. Rising into shields, probably. Yeah, it looks scary right now. Another Argama coming through. It looks really scary when you're looking at this board state. You're like, okay, full board and Last Life is a base. So if he has like Double Link, he can have it here. But Double Link in Strike Freedom as a deck is a bit hard to get. Bit hard. Because your guys are a little bit more costly. New one red, did I miss something? Nothing I see, okay. Making sure. Like I said, I'm Tio, I'm Judge, I'm Streamer, I'm everything tonight. So if you guys have questions, don't be afraid to ask. Just back to the passion of running events like we have every single week. Yeah, I remember back in my wild times when I was unemployed down in Texas. I was running events just every week. I was running them. We were capping out. Digimon was popping off. We had the hot sets. BT17, pretty good set. BT16, pretty good set off the rip. for all 13 of y'all joining us on stream tonight. Welcome. Hope you guys have enjoyed the gameplay so far. Been here every single week since the beta, technically. You know, back when we started Webcam Locals for beta, we introduced new cards every week, and we're like, maybe you can finally play another color. Maybe you don't have to play like one of the 2 or 3 decks that were good in beta, pure beta. Because that gets old pretty quick, right? But we do have the Strike Freedom link with the new Kira. On swing, we can pitch 2 from hand to bomb deck a unit, which would be the Rising with the Domon. And we're pitching 2 Rezzles, don't need him. Beta was a blast back then, just because the game was so exciting, it was new, it was fun. Not saying it's not fun now. Strike Freedom draw. But like, we've evolved since then, right? Yep, turn pass. And I think we're just about level 10 if we aren't level 10 already. So we effectively gave our opponents, the Soletta, which is a banked resource, they get back again. So you can play a body first, swing, restand a resource. Amuro was godly at that time. And honestly, Amuro's not bad now, but he's not as amazing as he used to be. Yeah, pairing the pilot, because Ariel's a pair effect to pick up a command. We're picking up OA. Play OA. We don't have the cards we want in hand, so we're going to find them. Or hopefully find them in Dig and Filter. And we can get another resource back once we swing Rebuild. Getting rid of the Argama is never bad, but you don't have a big play you can do here for 3 resources I can think of at least. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, aerial trade on swing, restand. Tap 2, we play the dual maxer. Yeah, we've been living on that one base for such a long time. But making sure we're getting bored as much as we can every turn also. So, next steps. You may not be able to clear this board super easily. Is it just play a Naked Strike Freedom and see what happens? Because you're not dying this next turn. You're not getting triple linked. Like, even with like Rebuild, Soletta, Maths, it's not going to be that much. Yeah, it's just like you have to identify if you're going face or if you're playing for late game. And like, when it's so close like that, it feels like you just have to go face, but if your hand's gone, like, you have to really make sure your resources are going where you need them to win the game. And we're seeing Strike Freedom come down. Deploy target itself. I see a Kira in hand. I think we're just debating if we want to link it and swing shield. You do get a draw if you do it. I mean, I don't hate just pushing the damage, getting the draw, bot decking the maxer. Like, you've done so well pushing damage. I don't hate the idea of just pushing more. And basically putting on them to have base in hand. Yeah, I think we're just debating if we're pitching the 2. Because it feels pretty expensive, but guaranteeing they have 1 less body to swing. Yeah, we're just saying, like, you have to decide the order. Like, if you are pitching, you have to do it before the ballot goes through. You will not get a chance to draw before you get that, so you have to do the pitch now, is what he's saying, it seems like. And I think we're just in, like, a very tight hand space here, where it's like, don't really want to pitch. We'd love to see one more card first, but it's just not how the order works of operation. Let's see, what are the other tables looking like? Table 1, we do have our result, and we're at table 2, and table 3 is still playing it out also. Yeah, we opted not to do the pitch to bot deck. And debating on Domon, if we want to pair Domon, draw, see if we can pitch something. Because you basically have to pitch and activate 2 Darkness Fingers this turn while playing a base. Because I'm pretty sure the rebuild doesn't even finish the math on the strike freedom. So you have to have like a bazillion Darkness Fingers to make math work out, right? And I think that's the first strike finger. Yeah, tap and first strike finger. Three cards in hand. Dual Maxer going into the 2/4 unit. Excuse me, not the Atori. And there's no Orb Pilot, but we do get Search. No target. To be fair, we have gone through a lot of our deck, so getting more cards, maybe we don't have them to pull out. And rebuild, it looks like. Is it going face? It's going face. Get another base to play down. It looks like it's turn pass, just hoping that the commands in hand are enough. I'm assuming commands in hand like unforeseens, or maybe it's a bunch of bases. Start with our own Argama here for 1. So, looks like 2 for the Orb, 1 for the Kira. Swing, it's 5 at base. Alright, or is it 4? Yeah, just making sure it's like, is that Leo Link? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Strike Orb is just like the super generic Link of the set. Yeah, Kira Yamato or Orb trait. And we got the Kira there. Yeah, it's the event pack alt art from the set. Or the, yeah. Kira Strike Rogue. So if we have Unforeseen, this is probably the time to use it to preserve a life with the base. What table was that? That was... our top tables are reported there. Let me put another game for y'all while I fix this. That's concluded. Oh, I think all our tables conclude. Okay, give me just a moment, chat. What table is that? And we're going to have next round up here shortly for everyone, because I think everyone has reported. I just want to make sure I get this reported correctly. Here. Okay, let me get next round up for folks. Because we actually finished that round early, chat. Look at that dashboard in round. Oh, okay. Sorry, chat. I'll be right back. I'm trying to figure out an issue here. Okay, we're back, chat. Sorry about that. Let's try and resolve a judge call. Long story short, we have two people with the same name playing tonight, and we had people go into the wrong table, and they just asked, "Are you this person?" They said, "Yeah, I'm this person." Technically, it was true. They were indeed that name, because that is their name. We just had two people with the same name. So it's a little tricky to solve, but in Premier level tournament play, the resolution is you assign the correct record based on who was at the correct table. So that's the resolution I went with for tonight's tournament and scenario. But we talk about, and I want to make sure our players are taken care of too still. But we are in potentially the final round for tonight. Just depends on if the down pair at table 2 loses or not. Streamer mode makes this a little hard. Oh, there we go. We got it. Okay, chat. What do we think takes it tonight? Two. Is my stream off center? What is happening with my stream? Okay. What happened to my stream? Why is this off? Here, let me... What happened? Why is this broken now? Give me a moment, chat. I'll fix this, I promise. Screen capture. Show property, show source, show additional. Okay. Edit transform. Okay, what happened? I'm sorry, chat. I'm genuinely not sure what happened here. Okay, get more. Look at this. So what I need to do is fix the capture here. It's not the whole screen, it's a partial of the screen. What in the world happened? You guys are watching me struggle in real time. So this is because I cropped it. Let me figure out my crop settings. Transform, where's crop? Why is this not moving? Okay, so I get this. Okay, you guys are gonna watch me just redo the screen. You guys get the gameplay though. Don't worry, you guys are getting the gameplay. Okay, crop. There we go. I can get this now. Have you guys ever seen Eagle struggle so much on getting this webcam set up? To the right, should be like 500, not quite 500, it's like 400, 300, it's like a 350, 375. That looks good. You guys agree? That looks good. Like I said, you guys gotta watch Eagle in real time, figure out what's happening. I think that looks about good. You guys agree? Looks pretty good for fixing. Oh gosh. Okay, transform, transform. Top needs to be less. Because our goal is to get this screen now. Okay, Eagle has a method. Eagle has a method, guys. We're getting there. Don't ask Eagle to do things on the fly ever. You'll see why. Okay, we're flying now. What happened? Oh my gosh. Chat, you are watching Eagle struggle in live 4K. Guess what? Guess what? No, that's not what it's not what we're doing tonight. There we go, chat. It's not squared, but you can see the game now. I don't even know what happened. I know it's Strike Freedom against MF with a silver bullet. I do know that. Okay. Game point, got 2 silver bullets now, actually. Kira Ale bounces active silver bullet, now you can swing shrink other silver bullet. Or you can just have another body crash into it. Both of them do work. They are valid plays. And now we're showcasing some of the MF cards, but we just stabilized, control the board so well here on Nick's part. Let's see. There, I think we got this just about as good as this setup's gonna be. 12. Okay, I will be right back, chat. I do have a judge call.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing?
Okay, guys, sorry about that. I try to give players privacy when I do judge calls, especially if I'm working the event. We're looking at 7 cards in hand for MF against 4 cards in hand for Strike Freedom. 3 shields left on the MF side versus a body or a board with 4 bodies on it. And it looks like active player is MF, so they have to find a way to utilize their resources to survive and make sure they don't die. We did watch the last game. He basically lived on the last life for like a handful of turns, so it's possible this game can come back. Yeah, it's a long night for Gundam, Michael. We're in a format where the game is kind of like paced out where you're actually playing for board. It's not hyper aggressive. So basically, we just got out of Nume format, if you want Digimon terms. Nume format, hyper aggressive, kind of did everything, and we no longer have that. And instead, we're in like this really cool board interaction format, like Imperial interacted in BT17. It's like pretty fair. People liked it. It was fun. You can do Hexablouse if you want. You can do the Imperial that board clears. But turn back to Strike Freedom's turn. And we are getting to the late game. We do have a lot of resources. So it's possible we see Strike Freedom come down. But, like, MF hasn't even touched the shields. So we're going to play Argama for 1. Deploy, pick up the shield. Prevent effect damage of touching our life. So seeing silver bullets means you can't do any ping damage. Ping damage doesn't really exist in blue-white as a deck. Burst base, add card to hand, so a little bit of card economy back. But we're pushing damage through. We're making it awkward, like we're making sure they don't want to block. And we get the Atori down. We get a Rick Diaz down. And I think we're staying pretty comfortable. Really putting it on MF to have cards in hand. We have to have the rest first strike finger. We have to have the link for it probably to get max value of our resources. We do get a resource back from Shining Gundam here because we do have the pilot underneath, the Domon linked with it. We had 2 Rick Diaz's on board, but it's in a, like I said, very comfortable spot. They have to have a lot of cards to actually answer this board state. They could double Darkness Finger, get rid of a Rick, or get rid of the Tori. Those are both valid plays. We don't have the Master on board, so we're not getting card draw. Is that base generic? As long as you have the unit on board? What is it called? G-Fight is the base, I want to say. Gundam Fight. Rest of space. If a friendly MF Link unit is in play, choose a friendly. It gets a 2 AP. That's cool. So it doesn't have to be an MF that you target. You just have to have MF on the board. So it's like a free 2 AP pump. Yeah, so you just want to make sure you have the damage on the perfect or silver bullet just in case you're using it this turn. Makes sense. I get it. I get what's going on. I don't think the damage is going to matter this turn, but it is there, just in case. Plays around, what, like an unforeseen? But I will say, just as a whole, Strike Freedom looks like they're in a much better spot. We're exiling 2, pick up command out of trash. Which command are we picking up? I think it's dark. Okay, Darkness Finger here. One that's going to be a pilot. Domon effects, draw 1, trash 1. And Shining Swings on swing, get a resource back. And he says, I think I can let the base go. I don't think base matters here right now, just because you don't have the Master pinging 5. Got the Rising for 2, 1 left, turn pass. So we have, or that's not Rising, that's the blocker. So 2 blockers, 1 base, 1 shield. If we have an Ale Link, I think we get there. Strike Freedom Link basically gets there too. A little bit more expensive, but swing, bot deck up the blocker, silver bullets left. We break base where we get blocker. I guess we don't entirely get it, just because we have 3 attacking units. We don't have 5 attacking units to break base, but we put them in a bad card spot, like economy-wise. Get Rick down for 2, so we're not going for game, but we're setting up a wall, saying it's your problem, you deal with it. Which, to be fair, is pretty good. Saving a spot for probably a strike freedom when it comes down, or we get it. We got Master Gundam down, Master Gundam coming down. Let's see. I have to remember, I think he has a deploy effect of some sort. I know he's a good card, guys. He does 5 ping on swing. I know that if you exile the cards. Let me search. Oh, Master Gun. Oh, it's just attack. No deploy. I thought he had deploy for some reason. But we have Darkness Finger, so we get a draw when we play this now. Master Asia, so when laying gun swing, we do 2 damage ping to something. So we're pinging the Tori blocker that has 2 from Darkness Finger. Not using the effect, obviously, because we have our Gamma there. And it's really cool seeing how our Gamma kind of came out of nowhere and became like super needed for this format. Maxer comes down. And looks like it's going to be a turn pass. Yep, draw, level, restand. This still comes down to the same spot, like if you have one of the Kira links, helps you. If you don't, then you might be in a GG spot. Our Gamma comes down, deny Master Gundam effect. So I'm seeing 6. I want to say it's a strike coming down. What do we think, chat? Do we think it's strike? I think that is strike. 4, 5, 6. You have strike freedom effects. Target 2 units. It's going to be strike, and it looks like the Murasame. Kira comes down. Kira effect draw. Oh, it's white Kira. Never mind. We don't draw. But we are swinging, shrinking. Probably the 2 HP one, right? And yeah, they're blocking. He gets a draw or it destroys the base and draws. You definitely want to block this to prevent him from getting the base break here. Now, is there something we can do to get the second draw? I don't think we can get the second draw here. Yeah, it's not even the fact that Silver Bullet's like preventing the ping damage, it's just the fact that Silver Bullet's a good statted blocker in the way. And sometimes that just happens. Okay, we're playing another Orb Kira underneath the Rick now, swinging 5 at shield. Trying to break the base. If we don't break the base, we're going to force the block. I mean, we're basically putting him in a spot where it's like you get lethal if you don't block, right? And we are tapped out. So yeah, it's a really good play here, putting the pilot underneath. You either let the base go or you lose your blocker. One of the two. I guess you're not losing the game per se, but you lose 5 HP and then you're guaranteed the swings on the next turn, which do matter a lot more. You know, we let the base go, saying, you know what, Silver Bullet's going to matter more. I may not be able to stop you from swinging and breaking the space, but maybe I can use this to go for lethal on my turn. Oh, just lost our resources there. Yeah, it's 6 for strike freedom. Oh, you lost another resource somewhere. Or do we have them all? Level 9. I don't think we were tapped out. We were just about tapped out. Yeah, it's the one card in hand. Yeah, 6, 1, 1. So 6, 7, 8. We have 1 active. I don't think the 1 active matters. And I don't think you want to swing. If you swing anything, you're swinging at the 2-4, but swinging 2-4 feels bad. If it gets blocked, you get a card draw. You're either to Rick up to make sure you don't get lethal, but if he has the tap finger, he has the tap finger. So I guess that's what your debate is, right? You're just like, if he has tap finger, he has tap finger. So Silver Bullet will block this. We do get the draw. Now Rick can go anywhere here. What do we think is the most valuable? He says, I think this Shining Gundam matters a lot, so let's go ahead and remove it off the board. Removing that denies a resource back next turn. He has Master Asia underneath Master Gundam. So Master Gundam doesn't get the ping 5 on base right now. You don't have a way to cleanly do the math. And you can't even get the search off of your unit either. One for another Gundam fight base. I think the thing that matters the most here is keeping a small unit on the board to prevent your blocker from being bot decked. Looks like we're attempting to trade up into the Rick Diaz. Or the base. We're breaking base. Are we going for lethal? Swing shield, ping 5, damage, swing, link game. Yeah, link can be game here. Link can be game, chat. Yeah, it's just like if there's a link in hand, it's game. Pending no shenanigans in life, I guess, too. Master Swing. Master Gundam effects. Exile 2. Deals 5 to first. Check. Kira, burst, go to hand. It's tapping 5 for master. One for pilot. Then master swing on swing. We got the cards to exile, so we play around last life base 2. That's game. There we are at table 1. Let's hop down table 2 and see what things are looking like. It didn't matter if he exiled Dome 1 there. Like, he just had enough bodies on board. Like, just having the link is what he needed. Yeah, you can check and make sure, but like that first one looked like it was all units. And the second one didn't matter, it's just the fact you linked. And it looks like we're in a pretty commanding spot here. Full board versus empty board. Resources open though. Attempting to trade the token away, get rid of the ale. So if won't trade wins here, it does end the tournament around early tonight. Because Loke can't swing face, and it looks like Zimzam is out of cards in hand, just top decking. I think both players are kind of in top deck mode. Do the damage we can to the base. Then turn pass, keep card in hand. We're actually close to deck out too, which is really funny. I haven't seen that in ages. Deck out actually happening in game, guys. Victory Gundam. Reinforcing Hut Jr. Get a pair of legs. Top shield to hand. 3 RX. Then we drop in our body. Say, you know what? This is my best shot. Build up the board. See if we can set up either lethal or counter lethal. OA effect. We gotta pitch a card here. Get another base here, pick up a shield, make the pants. Got strike, got Kira. Yeah, strike targeting 2 units that can actually swing face. V-dash effect, arrest the pants, arrest a 4 HP or less unit, which is going to be the blocker probably. Oh, victory to make sure he doesn't get card draw, that makes sense too. Yeah, we're basically saying we're going to do our best to guarantee card draw for ourselves and deny card draw for you. Let's it go on destroy draw. Now do you swing strike freedom? We do swing strike freedom on swing. Shrink the blocker, break the base. It's the only target we can swing into. Destroy, draw a card. Now we have 2 cards in hand. We've got Zelo active to protect our board. Top deck. It's close. It is close, chat. See RX going into probably V-dash here. Yep, V-dash goes, RX goes. Pants in the pants doesn't make sense because we got the Zelo on board. 3 for another RX. And strike freedom on swing. Bots decks the pants also anyways. You want to cap that. Yeah, that makes sense. Keep the pants on board to bot deck. Strike freedom. Lose that value. Swing shield. Uso. Pilot to hand. Being so far ahead in shields helps us a lot though. And we're hand dumping 2 blockers and what was that? I know it's another pants body generator. I think it's victory technically. I think it's like baby victory. But we're about to hit overtime here in about 30 seconds. So we will be going to overtime procedures here shortly. Both players playing it out. Rick comes down. Are we holding on to Uso for a link? We might be holding on to it for a link. But you could also put it underneath RX to get the AP buff. And let's make sure we get overtime started on time. But close match here at table 2. And heads up, folks, we are in overtime. Active player is turn 0.
Okay.
So we are taking the trade here. Some pants are generated on destroy. Pants into the 3/4 blocker. You can block with Rick if you want, or you can let the body go. I think you just let the body go. Oh, I guess you only have... Well, you lose both blockers if you do that. You lose your bodies. You don't want to lose your bodies, right? Yeah, so he lets the pants get the trade there. Because Lope can't swing face, Hearts can't swing face. It's just Lifrith and Strike Freedom that can swing face. Chat, we might be decking out. Like, it's so close on both sides. And we see Kira go underneath Lifrith here. Lifrith swinging 4/6 into shields. Says, yeah, you get that one. Strike Freedom found last life there. So we know there's an Uso, we know there's a top deck. Looks like Uso is going underneath RX. 6 attack here, I believe. Slow blocks. Play a Rick for 2 and turn pass. Only 2 bodies that can swing face. Got Pants that can be bot decked. And we're just discussing overtime procedures. Yep, Blifrith goes face, you have to sacrifice a Rick. Strike goes face, you have to sacrifice a Rick again. Then trade into the RX. Guarantee you can't go face this turn. And that is game. Zimzam takes it. We will have another round. What do you think about that, chat? That was a close one. That was a close one. We'll be right back. I'm going to do some drops real quick. Then we'll get our final round up. Okay, guys, final round is up. Final round is up. It is going to be between MF and Strike League Pants. And both players are at the table here. We're getting started, guys. players are set up, and we're going into our final round, chat. Okay. Game start, turn, draw, pass. Turn, draw, away. Away, pitch, Maxter. So now we are showing we are playing MF. Open up with our own OA as well. Are you hearing a slight echo from me? Here, let me see, let me see. How about now? Do you hear that echo now? I don't think you should hear it now. I might have had two mics on by accident. Sometimes when I do all my settings, I get things mixed up a little bit. No, you don't hear it? Okay. There you go. Well, it's taken care of regardless. So if you have the finger that taps and gives you first strike, you're in an okay spot. You can start searching with your command. Rising Gundam also works. And turn pass. Not wanting to crack EX makes sense. I don't think it gives you that much of an advantage if you do that. Level 4 means for 3. Victory got Zalot, we got parts on swing draw, break base. And turn pass. Nothing else can swing, so let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So we haven't really, well, I mean, it's early game. We haven't really pushed damage a lot yet. These decks aren't exactly the fastest decks to start. They're more like mid-range combo decks that could go late game. Strike Freedom having the better late game than MF does. So opening for 1, it could be Domon. Domon can draw 1, trash Darkness. Darkness pings 2 and Zalot. Gets rid of the blocker. Then you can do your trade into the Victory Gundam. Nope, Darkness Finger. We can KO. Oh, we rest something too from Rising Effects. Yeah, we're resolving Domon first, it looks like. Yeah, they're both wind paired effects, so you resolve whichever order you want. After playing a bunch of Clan and Xeon aggro, Rush playing MF for the first time was different. Yes, it is a very different deck. MF is very combo oriented, focus on the board. Oh, we're trying to Maxter into victory. We want to keep our Rising alive. That makes sense too. Maxer effect, search top 4 for special move, traded command. Picks up Shining Finger, which is main action timing. If we want to, you can trade over slow. Excuse me. Or you can start pushing damage. Both are valid. No shows have been addressed. Yeah, it is very unique. It makes sense you can do it. It's good for the mirror. Minus the first strike finger, it's really good. I don't know if I agree with it entirely, but Silver Bullet is really good in format right now. But you can also just push so much damage too in this deck. Rising Swing on swing. You get a chance to block. He's just going to take it. EX is a free life anyways. Oh, excuse me, chat. It's getting a little late. Exile 2. Pick up Darkness. Shining on effects pretty good. Now if you have 1, Domon effects. Draw a card. Trash. Activate Shining Finger, I think that one's called, right? On swing, restand resource. Block from Rick. Then we're going to filter for 1, pitch a card, draw 2. Victory, Uso Pants. So you get a swing, draw, get rid of the Shining or Silver Bullet. Either one's fine here. Silver Bullet's the target. The parts that was there the previous turn trade into Rising. So we got rid of as much of the board as we can. Got 2 open, which could be a blocker. 1 for OA, cycle, filter. G-Fred coming down. G-Fred is spicy too, chat. I don't think we were expecting that. You got an altitude, dude. Congrats. That deck is a little pricey now to alt out. People just having a good time with it, you know? 18 people. 40s and then 25 down to 6. So I'm doing a little bit of bookkeeping in the background too while I got a moment. Thursday, Digimon, we had 7 people. Three, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Monday, 17 people on Monday. Okay, there we go. Season points updated. Or season points and books have been kept. Oh, that was not the right tab. But yeah, we might be getting cooked right now, chat. We might be getting cooked by MF. We keep pinging the wrong thing. I mean, even if you get what you need here, I don't think it's enough. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to go for game. And some spots you're in such a good advantage. Like, we're not dying with 6 shields. It doesn't matter. Yeah, draw for link, you swing, shrink, whatever you swing into. Bot deck the Shining for 2 cards in hand. Yeah, that's just game. There we are, chat. MF takes it tonight. A little bit unique spin on MF, too. G-Fred in MF is interesting, though, I will agree. It is very interesting. And you have a lot of pilots decks. It makes sense. You have a lot of filter. That being said, guys, that's everything for tonight. Thank you